Hello, my name's Rachel and I'm a crofter here on Fair Isle, the UK's most remote inhabited island. It's Sunday, but unfortunately it's been quite a busy week, so I've not had a chance to do any filming or editing or recording hymns for today. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different. You know that I'm a crofter here, and obviously crofting plays a big part in life on Fair Isle. So I thought I'd just do you a quick tour and show you what's going on the croft at the moment. I hope you enjoy it. So as you can probably guess, we are in lambing time at the moment. I'm just over a third of the way through my ewes that have lambed. This is my carriage, which doubles as a lambing shed. There's too many ewes in at the moment for them to be sort of shut in here, so they have access to here and outside. I'll show you in a minute. So they can just come and go as they please in here for shelter. They've got their silage trough, their water buckets. Yeah, so if they need to kind of get out of the weather, then they can just come in here. But amazingly, we've had good weather for the past about 3 days, which has been fantastic. I can't tell you the difference it has made, especially for lambing. So these ewes here, these are all expectant mums. They are due, some of them are due today, but they're all due within the next week. As you can see, some of them are quite big. This is Ready Breck. This is Popcorn. Got Sandy and Snowball. Primrose. Pinky. That's Patience. They've all decided to give themselves pink heads and pink faces. Hey Scraggly, by rubbing on the red palette. That's Rainbow Bright. So they've got another little shelter out there, and they can come in here. So they've got outdoor space to come and be in. Mostly the past few days they're just enjoying lying in the sunshine, feeding and sleeping. So I'll take you into the byre now and we'll meet some lambs. Hi! So this is Butterscotch. She's had two very cute lambs. A little boy on the left and a little girl on the right. And if any of you are familiar with my Instagram or Twitter, or indeed recently it was shared on, I think it was Visit Scotland and Promote Shetland Instagram accounts, Butterscotch is the smiling sheep, you might remember. Hello, there's Partridge, one of the hens. There we go. This is Poppy. She's a first time mum. Excuse me. She did really well. These lambs were all born yesterday, so generally I give them 24 hours inside, or if the weather's rubbish and I've got the space, they can have longer. That just gives them time to sort of bond the owls with the lambs, make sure that they're feeding well, make sure there's no kind of obvious health issues. Then the ewes get their dose and their feet checked before they go outside, which I'll show you in a minute. This is little Miss Teddy Bear, and she's had two cute lambs. You can just see one at the back there. She's had a boy and a girl. Daisy, what are you doing there? Well, that's handy. We've got two daisies together. We've got Daisy the sheep, and Daisy the hen. And Daisy's another first time mum. She did really well. Hey, sweetie. And then we've got a couple of stalls ready and waiting for new arrivals. There's lots of barring at the moment because they're all waiting for their breakfast. And then once they've been turned out, they get a few days here, just in sort of a more enclosed space before they go out into the big fields. So this one coming to us now, this is Patchwork, and this is her daughter Marigold, and Marigold had her first lambs a couple of days ago. So Patchwork is now a very proud grandma. Patchwork, I think, has realised. No, that's not one of her lambs. It's number 6. Hi. Hi, sweetie. And there's number 6 mum there. Hello, Marigold. So the ones here, these are all the year-olds and pets. There's Barnacle, who's been very naughty the past couple of days and has taken to escaping. Yep, as you can hear, they all think it's breakfast time and are wondering why I'm not jumping over the fence to feed them. Here's Little Blossom. It's empty. Gets very loud at feeding time. So number 5 here, this is Marlena. Number 7 is Daffodil. The different coloured lumbers just show whether they've had a single or twins. So once they're in the big field, it's easy to tell at a distance. If you're looking and you see a yow with just one lamb, you know if she's got orange marker, she's only meant to have the one lamb. You're not looking for a missing one. So Marlena, she was the first of my pure Shetlands to give birth and a couple of days ago, and she had these 2 gorgeous ones. Trying to write numbers back to front on a wriggly Shetland lamb is quite difficult. That's meant to be a 5. Who knows? But yeah, very cute. Then the greenhouse, I'm not especially green fingered, so not a huge amount grows in here, but it's a really handy place where I can put these old fish boxes and straw, and lambs can come in for shelter. So Marigold's just remembered where she's left her lambs. Here's Shauna. Breakfast time for lambs as well. He's a good girl. Needs to have found a nice sunny sheltered spot. Here's Patchwork. Yeah. Right in the background is Baby, the ram, or the Texel ram. Yeah, they're right in front of you, look. This is Grace, number 1, so she was the first one to lamb. I don't know if you'll be able to make out, but quite a lot of tadpoles here in the pond. Might not be able to see, but basically the black mass is tadpoles. These old barrels are just some repurposed last year, just made into shelters for lambs to go into. Haven't had much need for them so far this lambing season as the weather's been so nice, which is great. And just a quick walk down the road to the others. So I've got 10 in here. One just coming to the gate now with the horns. That's Curly Whirly. He's basically just a pet. But he lives in with the yows during the year, and he sulks terribly badly if I separate him from them, so he stays in with them. This is Bluebell, living up to her name. She's given herself a nice blue rinse by rubbing on the blue palette. And this is Annie. And the tiny one, well not tiny, but little one on the left is Sleepy. And we've got Lorenzo on the right, and Friendly just walking towards us. And in the background we've got Macaroon, Greta, Pinky Nose and Tilda. So yes, all my sheep have names. And these ones are hopefully all in lamb. But they're not due for another week or more, so they can stay out in the big fields, but they just get shut in here at night, so it's easy for me to check on them when I do the 4-hour checks rather than traipsing around all the fields. And then obviously they get let out in the daytime. Background there, that's our community hall, the building on the left. At the back of that is the primary school, and then the big shed with the red doors is the fire station. And then these guys here are my 2 Shetland rams. So we've got Bumble, the black one. He's responsible for all the black and brown lambs we've just had. And this is Busby. And he only went to a few yows this year because I'm trying to get coloured Shetlands for their fleeces. Yeah, they're best friends, but like to have a bit of a argy-bargy every morning. So he's only went to 5 Shetland yows back in November, but his first 3 are due today. And Busby, he was found as an abandoned lamb on the hill last year, so he's just a year old now. And he came to me, so he was kind of hand reared. And believe it or not, if you watch right to the end of my YouTube videos, you'll see a picture of me holding a lamb, sticking his tongue out, and that little baby lamb was Busby. Bumble's the same age. He came off the hill last year, but I kept him as a ram because he was a good solid black colour, and I wanted to sort of put him to my coloured Shetlands and hopefully produce some more coloured ones, which has worked brilliantly. He's done a really good job. Here's Humpty coming to say hello. Hey Humps. See, Humpty has a dirty nose. He has to have his nose cleaned every day. He was an orphan lamb. His mum wouldn't take to him and had no milk. He's now 3. And also he had a partial cleft palate. Normally if lambs have a cleft palate, there's nothing you can do for them. Milk, whatever, doesn't get into their stomachs unless you tube them, and obviously you can't tube feed them for life. But Humpty's was only partial, and he, as you can see by the size of him, he eats and drinks fine. He just sort of sneezes an awful lot, so I have to make sure I keep his nose clean so he doesn't get any kind of infections or whatever. But as you can see, he's a healthy and happy lad. So I'm sorry I haven't managed to get any proper filming done the last few days. It's been pretty busy. I only started lambing on Tuesday, and I think in the last 2 days alone I've had 9 yows lamb right through the day and night, so it's been quite sleepless, but it's been great, and the weather's been amazing for it, so lots of sunshines, happy thriving lambs. So although it's been fantastic weather, it would have been great to go out and get some walks done to film for you and some sights. I just have not had the time. I literally, from getting up at 6 in the morning to doing my last checks at 10 o'clock at night, and then getting up at 2 in the morning to do the 4-hour checks, I just, my feet haven't touched the ground. This is Baby. He's a Texel ram, and he's a complete grumpy guts, but he does a good job. Beautiful narcissus out at the moment. And daffodils as well. The poor daffodils all got a bit of a battering last couple of weeks. They were all starting to come out and flower, and then we had gales and hail and rain, and they all took a bit of a battering. There we go, you can see one point, there we go, just in the distance there, that's Ward Hill and the mast that I showed you in my last video. Next here is Pund, which I did a video for last week, a couple of weeks ago. A bit lost with the days at the moment, and hopefully I'll get that up during the week for you. Hurdles there is because I have a couple of sheep who are escape artists, and given the chance they'll jump over the wall there, so it just contains the ring feeder here is they'll get a couple of bales of silage put in there. Once there's just a few of the yows in here, I can just sort of put a trough full of silage out, but now that there's more in, they need sort of more, so it's easier to just put full bales in. Now this is a mineral lick tub, which they've got free access to, which gives them lovely lipstick. And that just provides them with sort of essential minerals and nutrients to top up their diet that they might not get from the yow nuts and from general grazing. There we go, so we've got Granny in the background, daughter and grandson, 3 generations. Patchwork in the back, she's actually a pure Suffolk. She came to me in 2016 as an orphan lamb from one of my neighbours, so she was hand reared, and then let's say Marigold's her daughter from 2 years ago, and then we wait till the lambs are sort of a year and a half old before we put them to the ram, so we don't breed from them in their first year, gives them a chance to grow. So yeah, this is her first year lambing. There's one, and she's put the other somewhere and forgotten where it is, just like her mum. Hi Marlena. Marlena's named after Marlena Dietrich because she has these little black eyebrows, pointy eyebrows. So this was an old polytunnel frame that was here when I moved here. I've never really had sort of the funds or the time to get it recovered, and my growing skills probably aren't worth it, to be honest, but this year I decided to put scaffold netting around it, see if it would provide a sort of a shelter for the lambs and yows once they're outside, and I'm really pleased I tried that because so far it's worked really well. So there we go, just a bit of a look at what's going on the croft here. I hope you enjoyed it, something a little bit different. As I say, I know sort of my videos really set up just to kind of show you different points on the island, different locations, scenery, things like the museum in future, the lighthouses, do you a bit of a tour of the island, but crofting is such a major part of the island that I thought you might enjoy seeing a little snapshot of crofting life here. So thank you ever so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back soon.